To start the day off, we have our co-founder and CTO, Nitin, and then we have Conan, and then we have a bunch of guest speakers, including myself. So thanks for making the trip, and I hope you enjoy the day.
Cool. Thank you, everyone. My name is Nitin, CTO and co-founder of Selector. My keynote today is called My Power Levels Are Fluctuating. It's kind of an inside story that's runs in our company. I want to share that with you and then set off the day. First, thanks, Paul, for making the time to spend the day with us. So we started the company in 2019, and I want to give you an insight as to what happened, what our vision was, and where we are today. So Kanan and I were at Juniper for the longest time, about 20 years, and we were building networking gear, routers and switches, everything. And we've always wanted to do something on our own. And while we were talking to customers, they said that, hey, network operations haven't been innovated in a while, right? And this is 2011, 2012-ish. And it takes some time to get over your inertia and get going. So we started thinking that we need to modernize network operations. And the biggest problem that people wanted to solve were, there was so much data around, how do you democratize data, access to data? And that was really the problem that we set out to solve. And I wanted to share our first pitch deck that we shared with folks in 2019. Our vision was to build a social network of machines and applications. The rest of the blocks, I don't think it makes sense anymore in that sense. But the key part is social network of machines and applications. And so this is a brilliant idea. Folks are going to fund this. We're going to be on our way, build a company. Right? So we started. So we started fundraising. As we said, hey, two successful executives from Juniper. We had good reputation inside the company. Inside the company is the key word. And then brilliant vision such as building a social network. It's just going to be very easy. But as time would say, we started meeting with folks. And 2019, I don't know if you remember, people thought networks are going to disappear. And we were saying we're going to build a social network, and investors were saying, social network? What does it even mean? And networks are going to go away. All networks are going to be run by the cloud providers. There's going to be a wire going from your phone all the way to the cloud. There's nothing. So, networks are going away. So we were fighting against that sentiment and then trying to build a social network on top of it. I wasn't going anywhere. And very soon we realized that something's wrong. Our message is not landing. What are we not doing right? And then this thing happened. So this is our attention curve, right? This thing happened in the middle, which we call my power levels are fluctuating. After that, our message started landing, right? People started seeing what we wanted to build. And that's this mock-up we did. This is in 2019. This is Slack. In 2019, folks were not using Slack that much, right? Most people were still on email. A lot of people were using Slack and Teams. So we built this mock-up. There was no code written. This was just a mock-up of things. A few things I want to point out to you. There is in Slack on the left, you see your team members. You have Michael, Tyler, whoever. We said we're going to have your switches and routers also on the same thing, as if they're talking to you, or you can talk to them. That was our vision of social network. And people, when they started seeing this slide, they understood what a social network meant. Because till then, you were clicking on dashboards, you were logging into devices, CLI, all of that. This is the first time we brought machines into a communication medium and said, you could talk to them. Like, hey, what's going on? What was your status last night? I made this configuration change, how it went, what is it? You can ask different questions, just like you call out to your team members. That's what a social network is. And this is where a switch chimes out in Osaka, my power levels are fluctuating. Right? You don't need you don't need to be a system expert to understand what it means. As soon as you see that message, you know what's going on with the switch. Maybe there's an optic, the dB levels are bad, right? So this was natural language back then. Right? Again, there was no generative AI, no LLMs at the time. So this was, folks said, yeah, this is a good vision for the future. And now we are getting there, right? Now, if I were to show this now, it will be more understood with chatbots and agents and all of that. It's more natural to have a view like this. But 2019, that was not the case. So now, 6 years later, we are here today. You guys are spending the day with us. I think we've done reasonably well. We've built a platform. It's been deployed in a lot of places. We're still learning how to improve things, building new use cases, using AI to increase the insights that you have from your network. So I feel that today, our vision is coming to fruition. And we have the right tech. We have LLMs, we have MCP, and we have the Selector platform. And this vision that we started, you have a traditional social network where you have people communicating with each other. You sprinkle that social network with machines. You can communicate with your machines. You can call them agents, what have you. And then eventually bring in other parts of your infrastructure. All your tools like Jira, ServiceNow, PagerDuty, they all intermingle. There's a world where you can talk to anybody without really knowing the details of that entity. Just like we talk with people. And doesn't have to be English, could be any language. If you are in Spain, you can use Spanish. Just like we behave as humans, we're going to make machines and infrastructure also behave as humans. And that increases adoption. More and more people, and this is what we said was democratization of data. That I can just simply ask about things. Right? So what does it actually translate into? What is our vision for networks? So you have a traditional network, you have multiple networks, and they're talking to each other with different protocols, BGP, ISIS, you name it. Right? This is what traditional networking is. We want to change it to a world where there is an AI layer around every network. It's powered by Selector, that's our vision, of course, everything else. And then these layers communicate not with protocols, they communicate in natural language. Of course, underlying the covers, it's protocols and machine and everything, but at some layer, these machines and the people who operate these networks, they all, of course, sorry, this is what I meant. So you have these networks, and then there's a Selector AI layer around it. These entities, these new AI-powered networks, they communicate with each other in English. Right? This is the social network that we had in mind in 2019. And I think we are, as an industry, as a group, we are on our way to build this vision, right? And that's what this day is about. So what is Selector going to be doing? We've already released an MCP, which is secure. It is as secure as time has told us. We will fix bugs in it. We will fix vulnerabilities in it. It's not a toy out there. It's part of our stack. You can use it. And if any vulnerabilities show up, we fix it. We support this. We're going to be introducing a policy layer to the MCP. And again, what has informed us? Why do we need a policy layer? We have networking roots. We have routing policies, right? What prefixes you advertise, what prefixes you accept. Same thing with conversations. An MCP server, am I allowed to talk to Jeremy? Am I allowed to talk to Kanan? I don't want to talk to this person. You, as an operator of that domain, you need to be able to express these policies in the MCP. It's more than security. It's permissions, authorization, all of that stuff. That has to be built in. Of course, the implementation is going to be, you have a tool set, you have multiple tool sets, you have routing communities. You can take all our traditional concepts that we know work over a period of time. We're going to bring them to conversations, to English, and then make the interactions more sophisticated. And then we're going to be outsourcing a set of prompts that can be integrated into MCP clients like Cursor or Gemini CLI, so you can make the prompting more efficient, more contextual to what you want to do. I said that this is our, like previously was our vision, this is what we're actually going to do as a company and support it. And thank you for listening to me today. We have a great agenda for the rest of our day. I'm looking forward to talks by Red, by Jeremy, by Kanan, by John, and hope you all have an engaging day. And thank you for coming again. Who's next?
Get the next slide up. Next.